Hey, great Tuesday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. At least I think it is. Well, it was a great day. Had the opportunity to go to Matamoros real quick. I usually sometimes invite Sam, but he never comes because he's married. He's got kids. And cuando donde manda capitán no gobierna marinero.
Needs a 24-hour notice.
48 hours, I would say. But I went to Matamoros. I don't know, Sam, you didn't know, but La Villas, they opened up a little restaurant. I don't know if I told you.
Yeah, I see them.
You seen it? Los
Yeah.
Villas, Las Villas, Santa Villas. Actually went with a friend of mine out there in Matamoros because believe it or not, I still have friends. And had a
Shocking.
gordita con gordita con
Chicharrón or what?
chicharrón prensado. Yeah, you know me well. Chicharrón prensado, and I had a papas con huevo, which was a really, really amazing. They got good food. I mean, considering that they're just starting out, it's a good little
Yeah.
nice restaurant. I think part of the problem with them is that their location really does suck. It's not a good location. It's right there. You know where the church building is at, right? And
Yeah, you know.
it's right next to that little church
Lopez
building.
Portillo or something like that.
Lopez Portillo. The food is good. It's just very hidden. So
Who's the cook? The wife?
I don't know if you knew Eduardo Lalo. He's a young. Well, he's not that young anymore, but he's a young guy that used to go to La Vizcaya, and he married this I Eduardo Holguin is his name. No, probably not. He he married a
Any
pretty little
relation to
girl.
Lulu or what?
Huh?
Any relation to Lulu and Mario again?
No, not the crazy Marino. He's a good guy. But he started preaching there at the church in uh, in La Popular. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
where David was at, started preaching there. So a good guy. His wife cooks there, and he's always there with his family. So it was a good little trip. But let me say, one of the things that I opted to do, I drove over there and had breakfast, lunch, and decided to leave my car there at in Matamoros, and actually had them bring me over, and I walked across because the lines are so big. Have you seen the lines at the bridge?
Nope.
The lines are, I mean, huge, large. I think individuals were saying this morning that it took them like 3 hours to cross over into the United States. And, I don't get it. Unless people are crossing over because of the Thanksgiving holiday,
Probably. Or the
or
fact that they haven't been over here for a while.
yeah, and maybe that's the other thing that I thought. Maybe a lot of people, had family members coming in from other parts of that state or other parts of the country, and they go, "Hey, let's go to Matamoros."
Yeah.
But the lines were bad. I I walked across, and man, we just walked straight across. There's. Have you walked across to Mexico? No.
Yeah.
Well,
Not recently,
no.
but
Well, for us
there was
that are
a point when I did walk across.
for us that are American citizens, there's
That's
actually
a different episode.
that's for another. That's a Rated X show. Is that there's actually two lines to cross over. There's the
Yeah.
line where you have a passport or a border crossing card,
Oh
the passport card, or the book. And I mean, Americans can cross straight over, which I think is kind of cool. And anybody else that does not have the passport, that either has the residencia or has the visa láser or has a birth certificate or a driver's license, they get to wait in that big old butt line. I'm not going to
yeah.
say
Like if
ask
you only have like the ID and stuff.
the what?
Like if you only have like the ID and birth certificate, you wait another one.
You
And
wait
if you
a
have the
long, long
passport, you have
line.
like a little RFID thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that you have to wait in the long, long line. That's why I always make sure that I carry my damn passport. But I lost my passport card. Chihuahuas. I just remembered, man. I had an appointment this morning to go get my passport card. But of course, I remember at nighttime, right after everything happens. But because I lost my passport card when I lost my wallet up in Rome,
Oh,
because
Europe.
God only knows why I took my passport card. I took it nomás para perderla. and with that you could just cross over very very quick. So now I have to carry my book, my American passport book, and because believe it or not, although some people had said that I wasn't, I am an American citizen. Uh, that was part of my.
Now you're carrying the book like the older crowd.
I'm not old, but they that was one of the things that they had thrown out at me, like, oh, no es American citizen. I'm going like, well, yeah, I'm running for office. You got to be an American citizen to run for office. But no, so it's a, you get across really really quick,
You're
and
like, I have jumped into the river at one point.
you know that story, right?
Yeah.
It's funny, man, but it's crazy. I think I've told that story once on here, but I literally swam across the river when I was 15 years old. Pero, you know, I swam because it was there, and
Yeah.
I was trying to bring over a friend of ours. Este, I was like a coyote for a day, but it was an experience, and I tell people, you know, it's like a little adventure. You go back and you have something to talk about when you're drinking or when you're doing these shows, which equates to about the same.
Yeah.
Except that I can firmly say that I've never done a show uh, que no he estado en mis cinco sentidos, except
Yeah.
for last night. Last time I felt like I was like way
A
off.
little bit off.
I felt like I was like out of it, man. And I had the show this morning, and I did apologize, and I wanted to apologize to you too because I was literally not on game last night, and I just could not grasp on to any idea, nothing. So, but like I mentioned this morning, for those individuals that weren't on here this morning, you know, that's just the way it is. You don't always hit home runs in life. You know, sometimes you're going to, you know, triple play, or was it, or a double, a triple or a double or a single, man. Sometimes you have to bunt. And then sometimes, like last night, you just strike out. This,
Or just don't swing at all.
yeah, just pray that they're all,
I'm gonna just take a walk on this one.
yeah, pray that they're all balls.
Yeah.
Nothing against balls, but that's just the way that it happened, and it is what it is. But I did share this morning that I do that. I shared that this morning. I think I this morning. I do that when I'm preaching at church. If I know, and I tell folks when I'm out there preaching at church, and I know that I'm not cutting it, I automatically know because I start to sweat. I don't know what it is, but sweat starts to pour down my face, and I go, "Ya, siéntate, vato. They're not listening to you. It's not coming across." And if you're not feeling it, nobody else in this damn audience. Sorry about the damn. The audience is catching on either. That's why when El Monaguillo was here on Monday morning, he said, nomás habló del matrimonio. And I told like, no, no, you didn't. It wasn't about matrimonio at all. I just used it as an example.
It
But
was just simile.
yeah, but I've never had a good monaguillo, man. All the monaguillos have always been bad.
Wasn't there like some sort of verse that's like, dude, after so many years, you would think that you'll be like grasping into better knowledge?
Something, nada. No pescan la onda estos vatos.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I want you. That's why I want you to come back to church. I need a halfway decent monaguillo.
Have decent, like, kind
Halfway
of.
decent. I actually tried to get Frankie to go back to church, pero tiene el diablo metido ese huerco. Es hijo de Satanás. You remember Satanás?
um, the tall guy.
Yeah, that tall guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny because I think a lot of people don't realize, but at church you put put names to people. Y les dices diferentes nombres, and It was funny, but we used to go to Monterrey a lot. I don't know if you remember. We used to go to Monterrey for the reuniones de jóvenes, and man, we had nicknames for everyone. You remember Suarez from Saltillo, right?
That must have been like a little bit before my time.
Well, Jose Luis
Angel only
Suarez.
took us to the valley.
Yeah, Jose Luis Suarez. We used to call him El Chupaletas Kid. He had this big old mouth, Chupaletas Kid. One of the people from there from that used to go to 511.
Oh, you know what? Now that I remember, it was around that time when I was there. My cousin, the one that passed away, he's the one that went to it. There was one they were having in Monterrey and Baja California and stuff like that, like the originals. There was
Yeah,
like
Reno,
original
las
in the
zonas del
homeless.
20 de noviembre.
Yeah,
And there was a girl from I'm not gonna say their name because they're still alive, but
yeah.
they call her el frijolito, and we had a name for everyone. And I told the guys, "Hey man, as soon as I leave, I bet you that y'all have a name for me." And they said, "No, we don't have we don't have a name for you." And I'm going like, "Yeah, yeah." Let's go to the comments. Buenas noches, good evening, my man. Let me tell you, Joe is an amazing baker. Joe makes some amazing food. He made some empanadas de carne today. Man,
I
delicious.
saw them. I saw
Yeah,
the empanadas.
I posted a picture on there. Let me tell you, man, they were delicious. I, it's they were the crust of the empanada wasn't flaky, but it shouldn't have been flaky. It couldn't have been flaky because it wouldn't have kept the content inside. But the pico de gallo, the picadillo inside was delicious, and the crust of the empanada, man, was just delicious. And he had suggested to eat them warm, but
Yeah.
to heck, I had it cold, and it was amazing. So
Have
I
you
have
tried it with the sauce?
el chimichurri.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny because I thought I have when I went to Rome, I brought back these packets of olive oil and of balsamic, and I thought, with the olive oil, I could, could think
Todos
that
los free packets que te
yeah, I take everything from the restaurants. I'm just like dad. Dad, él va al Whataburger y agarra el azúcar y dice, para el rato. Or the napkins, dice, puede que falten y se las lleva el vato. Este, yeah, so I started to do the same thing, and I took the olive oil, and I thought, man, I could have had that with olive oil, but it was so good without it. So I said, screw it, I'm just gonna eat it the way it is. And I got one more there, and I'm gonna probably eat that later on tonight, and I'm going to warm it up because I
Yeah.
do have a microwave. Amazingly, thank you, Joe. Please keep on bringing this the food stuff. Good evening, good evening. And I also got these pies, the pineapple pie and an apple pie that a friend brought me. Delish. I ate one, did not eat the other. Raquel
Might have
said,
been what got you going. The
huh?
sugar,
Yeah,
the
I'm on a
desserts.
sugar rush. Hey, she's how is that door holding up, man? Thank you, my bro. Let me tell you, I don't know if have you come to the office? Oh, you have come to the office. Well, Sam,
Yeah.
you've been to my office. Well, the door used to slam. Pa, 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 pa. Well, Robert,
As people left. uh,
yeah, it was the slam. Actually, it's kind of crazy. But one time, this client of mine, left her hand there, and it smashed on her finger, bro. And I'm going like, damn, she's gonna file a lawsuit, and she literally had to go to the hospital get stitches.
that's crazy.
I know, but Robert saved me from a couple of lawsuits, so I appreciate that. Fix my door. Lisette, good evening, good evening. Hola, cheese and Sam. Cheese and Sam. Ham and cheese. Jam and cheese. And ham and cheese. Good evening. Why is it we're always thinking about food? Good evening, Alicia. Good evening, Abraham. Coming to buy stuff on Black Friday. That's kind of racist. Oh, no, on the holiday. My bad. Come by, cut wrist. Bring some stuff over. Good evening. Looking good. Careful going to Matamoros. I know. I get told that a lot, and I do my best, but I love Matamoros. Good evening, David El Primo Castro. Good evening, Erasmo and Sam. Boy, do I know that three strikes and you're out. Talk show central RGV style. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure that you experienced that a lot. I've actually seen a couple of shows go like, "Yeah, cut it out." I love you. I'm just joking, sort of. And now the weather. Frankie. I want to see my girl Maggie. Where are you? Maggie is taking a hiatus again. That's what, darling. Are you having the Thanksgiving show? Yes, of course. Because I'm faithful. You should run for District 15 like Chisquiara. You know what? Chisquis lies. No, I'm not going to run for I'm not going to run for senator. I think that's just too big of a district, and she's not going to do that. But I am thinking of running for county commissioner against ¿Qué te pasa, Joey Lopez? So, ¿Qué te pasa, Joey Lopez? Happy
So you are gonna
Thanksgiving.
run for county commissioner after all, or what?
I think so, man. I'm leaning towards, and I've had some conversations with my exploratory committee. So, does not exist. But, I want to do, look, I want
When
to do
the
a,
time comes,
yeah,
when the
again.
time comes.
Yeah. So I want to do a county thing, a county race, and I was thinking about JP. I was thinking about county clerk, and and then a friend said, "Erasmo, you live in precinct 2, county commissioner," and I said, "Hell yeah, that guy tried to give me hell and a half." So I said, "Sounds like a great idea." So I am highly considering county commissioner precinct 2 against Joey Lopez. You know, yeah, chale with those guys, man. I mean, all they're doing is puro raterio, and I'm going to bring out everything that they've done, especially with the hike in regards to their salaries. I mean, they haven't even fulfilled a term, and they're already wanting to get more money. And how they have failed to take care of the individuals at the lower rung. I mean, there's so much material out there. I mean, the mishandling of the freeze, the mishandling of the COVID vaccines. I mean, the guy vaccinating his family before anybody else got a vaccine just to have this big old butt wedding out there for his little, daughter out there. Yeah, I'm going to go out there and give him hell. How the district is out there already trying to kiss up and trying to, oh, let's bring him to the events and stuff. Screw you all, man. So yeah, I'm highly considering running for Cameron County Commissioner. So yeah, and I will announce as soon as I get back from Ecuador because I'm going to Ecuador next week.
You probably have to like pair up with somebody else that's like on the same more or less mindset, no? For like to kind of like get the votes in.
Well, I've never. I mean, I still am going to need a lot of help from a lot of people from Harlingen, but I think I do really fairly well. And I could do fairly well in Harlingen. I think San Benito. I have a lot of friends out in San Benito that ran for office before. I have friends in Port Isabel. I got Jimmy. I got Mr. Davalos out there, and they're friends of mine, and I'm hoping. Oh, and again, I have my compadre out there, Constable Esquivel, Norman, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they'll help out. I love them. I've always appreciated them. So I'm going to go meet with all of them, right before I announce and say, guys, if y'all are willing to help me out, I'd appreciate it. I think I'm going to run a different type of race this time around. Ah, I just got slammed a little bit. Yeah, you're right. Precinct 2, not Harlingen and San Benito. You're right. I don't know why I'm thinking it's a Cameron County race, but I made mention of that because I had considered doing a Cameron County race with the uh, county clerk's position. And if I was going to do the county clerk's position, I was going to need Harlingen and San Benito. I still want their support. I want as many people out there to support. A lot of these folks, even in Harlingen and San Benito, they have connections with individuals in Brownsville. So I'm hoping that could happen, but we'll see. I have to look at the cut up of what precinct 2 covers. It covers. it covers Cameron Park, and let me tell you, Cameron Park is good with Erasmo. It's pura raza. So we'll see. May I ask who Samuel is? Sorry, I don't not believe I've seen him on the show before. Just wondering.
Cousin.
Yeah, Sam's one of the only cousins I like from that family.
Straightforward, just cousin.
From that side of the family, Snoopy is there. Yeah, they're not. Except I mentioned this. Except the Juan Pablo kids, I kind of like them. I was telling Sam like it's kind of funny. He was telling me this morning. No, right now before the show, he goes, "Hey, este, you know, Mama is out there in Omaha. She posted some pictures." And I said, "I can't see it." And and I tell him, she's got me blocked, and she blocked me as there because I had posted that she had stolen a blanket from the airplane, and I said like, "You blocked me again?" She goes, "Es que tú dijiste que yo me había robado la la blanket y no me gustó eso," and I'm going like, "Woman, do you know I make fun of you every other day on the show?" I mean, you could have blocked me a long time ago. No me gusta que te burles de mí. She talks like that, doesn't she, Sam?
You're on point. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Not
thought
gonna
you were going to
lie.
plead. I thought you were going to plead the fifth. Like I don't want to get into that one. ¿Por qué te burlas de mí ¿Por qué te burlas de mí en los shows? Dice, I thought you said you didn't watch the shows. No los veo, pero alguien me dijo que miraba los shows, que me hacías bully en los shows. En los shows. Yeah, I messed up my finger. I turned purple. I'm suit you. You suiting me? No. Exploratory committee equals Frankie Olivo.
Good
Yeah,
start.
yeah, it's a good start. Precinct 2, Harlingen, San Benito. And it's kind of funny because I was kind of making fun of this candidate that's running for a position, and I go like, "Man, she doesn't even know the salary of the position," and you got to know the salary of you got to know the position that you're running for. And here I am talking about Harlingen and San Benito and talking about precinct 2. Oops. Hey, let
And
me
I
tell you.
you ooped.
Erasmo, what is leadership in Brownsville? Is that another elite group thingy? I know you mentioned it a couple times on your show, but what exactly is it? Leadership Brownsville. Sammy, were you part of Leadership Brownsville?
No.
Frankie was a part of Leadership Brownsville, and I can't remember which one. Let me say, Leadership Brownsville. I mean, it's an okay thing, as a little club type of thing. The problem is that Leadership Brownsville, what it does, it foments a lot of these individuals who are going to be out there taking advantage of the different positions, the different committees in the city of Brownsville. So it's kind of like a breeding ground for these lacras that ultimately get on these boards and committees that are ultimately pissing away the money that should go to the city of Brownsville. It's like this Limas guy. This Limas guy was probably like the head of the Leadership Brownsville after being a part of it for like 4, 5, 6 years. God only knows how much money he made from it. I mean, the piece of crap learned well from his uncle, you know, and it really trips me out, Sam, because a lot of these individuals, se la maristean de bien bulles, like, I'm on this committee and I'm on this committee. Shut up. You got appointed to a damn committee because you're a yes man. And that's what I really can't stand. And I've proven it, I've shown it with him being on this BCIC. I mean, the guy literally voted to give himself cash that should have gone to the people of Brownsville. The guy voted to give Trey Mendez money. I mean, what more do you want in regards to proof of how crappy this whole situation is?
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of digging and you'll find it real quick.
Well,
But I don't know why people don't want to see that, you know. And I understand the concept of the leadership Brownsville in a way. Like I do understand that you're trying to like I guess have like interns or maybe like start them up to do community work and stuff like that. But if it's just a breeding ground for like career politicians that are just going to be like getting first dibs, on grants and stuff like that. Well, it's got to be redone somehow.
Well, we shared with the folks out there, Sam. I mean, how they voted, the Limas guy. I mean, they voted to expand the historical district line only to encompass that 1848 restaurant out there so that they could give themselves money to expand on it and to build a parking lot. I mean, why couldn't they expand it anywhere else for other people to get money?
Yeah.
But they voted on it themselves. They gave themselves the money. And then they don't want you and me to be pissed off about it. And we're like, you better believe I'm going to be pissed off about it. Is that, because you followed the guidelines, you went through the process, but you established the process. And that
And
was
you can't ask questions online either because he won't reply.
that's Trex Mendes. Trey Mendes came out and said Erasmo's fake news, and said, we are allowed as committee members. And he was out there batting for Limas as committee members and as uh, people on the city commission. We're allowed, according to the guidelines, to ask for their money. I said, yeah. Who made the guidelines, bro? You did. And of course, you're going to say it's okay because you're the one that's going to benefit from it. But what about all the Raza can down southmost, guy, and on Morningside and over here at Rivera? They couldn't apply, man. They didn't qualify. They didn't fit in the guidelines that Trey Mendes and the Limas brothers they decided to establish for themselves.
Yeah.
It's like they were going to exclude everybody else. And that's what happens with a lot of these different positions, man. It happens at BISD. And I requested from BISD, look, when they were trying to hire the guy from West from Edinburgh, the guy from Edinburgh, the health insurance guy. I mean, the health insurance is a huge contract. You're talking about millions and millions of dollars. When they were going to hire that guy, they dumbed down the qualifications. It's like, well, you got to be handsome and totally not fat. You got to wear glasses. You got to wear a show. You have to have a show at 9 a.m. in the morning, 9 p.m. in the morning, 9 p.m. at night, and then you are can be hired for this position. Well, there's only one person in Brownsville that meets that's handsome and totally not fat. It's me. There's only one that has a show at 9 a.m. at night, 9 a.m. at night, 9 a.m. at night, 9 a.m. in the morning, 9 p.m. at night. That's me. So they set it up so they could hire and give contracts to whoever the hell they want.
It was literally just describing one person.
Like, exactamente. That's how they get away with it. And then they say, well, we followed the guidelines. Yeah, you established them. But I think the problem, Sam, and I've talked about this, and I'll get your take on it. The problem, man, is that a lot of the folks out there, and I had a conversation with some people this morning. They don't believe that this city is theirs. You know, they don't believe that this county is theirs, and that I think is a systematic problem. It's theirs. This is yours. It's your city, man. Unfortunately, they're made to believe that the city does not belong to them. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of kids grow up, defacing a lot of the property that is here in the city. It's your property, man. It belongs to you. It was bought with your resources. But there's such a disconnect between those in leadership and and nosotros, the normal raza, that people, normal raza, think why even bother to go vote. That's my take.
Yeah.
Hey, Frankie. Hey, Snoopy. Finally, no, I can watch this without feeling the hypocrisy emanate from the screen. Ah! Hey, my favorite Justice of the Peace, Linda Salazar. Let me tell you, I love Justice of the Peace, Linda Salazar. She is the only JP out there that is part of La Raza. I'm sorry, the other two are just there, and I'm very very disappointed with both of them, both the others. Linda Salazar, ella es de La Raza, and I appreciate that from her. And she comes and watches the show.
I've met her personally. Court issues.
You had
No,
tickets
she's
to it,
great. She's an awesome judge. Oh,
Frankie, you want me to look at my phone?
just look at it.
That's great advice, Frankie. By the way, Que Te Pasa show premiered on Thursday, 1/21/21, 9 p.m. Calls. Let me write this down. I was going to look for it. That's the day after my birthday, too. What a birthday present. You know that there's people that actually go back and watch these shows because they're so damn funny, man. Este, someone was telling me that they went back and they were watching when Roman broke down. Did you watch that show?
Yes.
Man, it was so hilarious. I haven't gone back and seen it, but it was
I've
so hilarious.
actually gone to the ones to like in the very beginning when you had like no likes and put my one like there.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But that one was classic. This one, I mean, I'm gonna go back to see how many views it's had, but I can guarantee you it's had thousands of views by now. It was just crazy, man. It was a great, great show. ¿Qué te pasa, Erasmo? Why you putting the invitation on my daughter's wedding? Because they sent it to me? No, they didn't. Rookie. Shut up, Frankie. Frankie, you're supposed to visit me tomorrow and bring me some food. E Roman? I have not spoken to Roman. Do you ever speak to Roman, Sammy? No?
No,
Yeah.
not personally.
Oh, let me tell
I'm
you.
pretty shows once or twice, maybe.
Once you're on here for a while, he'll be calling you like every other night. Just joking. Except las líderes del Cameron Park. Aren't those old ladies politiqueras? Yeah, those chicks don't like me. Right? You know what? It really ticks me off because everyone seems to go out there and kiss her butt like, oh, es que es la politiquera de I'm not going to work with politiqueras. Screw them. I'm not going to work with politiqueras. I mean, there are people that go out there. I mean, they even have this sash. Oh, la reina de Cameron Park. Screw you all. I don't buy into politiqueras. I'm not going to pay politiqueras. I'm not going to go that route. So Joey Lopez could go buy the politiqueras all they want. They could go and purchase, give them tickets to anything they want. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go out there and start buying votes. I'm not. I never have, and I never will. Screw the politiqueras. Screw these people that go out there and harvest votes. Enough is enough. I don't care. And you know what? At the end of the day, I don't care if I lose a race to politiqueras, which I have before. Screw them and screw the system that continues to applaud them. Screw them all. And the other day, it was kind of funny, but I'm not going to mention who, but Frankie, like, oh, we got to go meet with la politiquera allá in Cameron Park. I said, I don't want to do that. But I said, okay, I'll go out there. And sure enough, I saw her and I go like, this lady.
It's gonna end horrible.
Yeah, this lady is no way going to support anything at Erasmo Castro because I've called them out on their crap. I don't care. They're politiqueras. They go harvest votes. They go and try to give little trinkets to people like, go vote for this candidate. And I think it's kind of cheap politics. I'm not going to succumb to cheap politics. I'm going to sell Erasmo Castro for what Erasmo Castro is. Handsome and totally not fat. And a great guy. Welcome, Samuel. I feel bad for you que tienes que aguantar a Erasmo de primo. I think
It's a
uh,
struggle.
I think all the family that has that comment. Oh, wait, did I tell you that I got into a fight with your Tia Odell?
We're gonna talk about that over lunch one of these days.
Let me tell you, she went off on me like, "Ah, and I said like,
Again.
she should know me better than that. She should know that I am not the quiet little palomita type. She should have known better. And she was on my turf. She was on our property. I said no. She goes. I'm never going to go to Tyler Street while you're preaching there. I go like, thank God. Then you're never going to go because I'm not going to stop preaching, and you're not welcome. I'll tell you the rest of the stuff I told her in private.
The unfiltered version, or what's
Yeah,
it called? The un something.
the rated G version I just
Yeah.
shared. They should look, man. They know me by now. You know they should know me. I don't take lip from any of them. It's like your other cousin, her son. You know, goes out there and talks smack and crap and a half. Said, "Hey, you stole money from viejitos, bro. Shut up." You know, I mean, you literally went out there and stole their damn checks, and you want to come up here and make bullcrap lies about me? I said, "Shut up." So, they should know me by now. If they're going to go out there trying to take their little hits, you better believe it. That's what is going to come back and try to hit it 10 times harder because that's just how I was raised. Suit! Old Cheese Nation language. Of course, I remember, bro. Classics. Why can't you say the A word on the show? Is that really a bad word for your church people? I was telling Sam that. I can't. They got all upset with me one time. I went to church. They said, "Was tú dices as?" And we're like, not necessarily a bad word, folks. No está bien que digas as. I say, okay, I'll say but. And I use that as an example only. I'm not saying ass.
Supposed to say Maximus Lucius.
Check your messenger. Found a. I'm not going to check the messenger right during the show, mi compa. I will in a little bit. Thank you. Yes, my buddy. Let me tell you, she is the only hardworking judge that we have out there. The only one. And she is a good friend. Not only a friend of Erasmo Castro, she's a friend of the community. The other two, ni los encuentras, andan allá tratando de politiquear, you know. They don't take their job seriously. They give her all the work out there. And she knows it. And the people at the county know it. She's the hardest working judge just to the piece that we have. The rest are just wajes, and they need to go. There's an opportunity to get rid of both of them this time around, and I hope the community takes advantage of them. Fuera, no más. But Linda Salazar, Justice of the Peace, can stay there as long as she wants.
Yeah, she's super nice. I remember when I used to work there at Tony Roma's, she used to swing there quite a bit.
Yeah,
Like,
she,
go by
you know,
too.
it is,
Real nice.
she's the type of person, bro, that I mean, you'll meet her on the street and she'll talk to you like, you
Yeah.
wouldn't know that she's a justice of the peace because she talks to you as if you were like her neighbor or stuff. And that's what we need in politics. We need individuals that are accessible. We need individuals that, que no se la creen, because Judge, Judge Salazar no te la maristea que, hey, I'm a judge. And the others do. Screw that. Screw them. Just JP Salazar is amazing. Where's La Diva? La Roman? Like the lady that is always at the at la library. Library. Oh, yeah, I think you're talking about La Politiquera. That's the. I don't know if anyone's if you're out there on the political world, guys. There's always this. Can't remember her name. She's this fat chick that an older chick that goes out there and I'll hold your sign up for $20 and $20 an hour. And I'm going like, I can hold up my own damn sign for $20 an hour. But there's some people out there that pay her money. God bless the people. They must have a lot of money. I don't. Three Dallas Cowboys will be joining the Holiday Fund December 4th at McAllen Holiday Parade, presented HEB, empowered by Bert Ogden and Brownsville. Well, we're getting
I think they're also getting Mario Lopez on the
that,
parade.
that guy always comes down to McAllen, man.
Yeah, but the one time I went, he was just there talking with the person he was with, and he wasn't like not even saying hi. He was just like having his own conversation. So like, it's whatever.
Well,
It's a good.
I think,
It's good. They've had a lot of good people there.
but
The judge Polo, Ana Maria Polo, she came down a couple of years back.
I think what happens, and I mean, I think that one of the reasons that they have like Mario Lopez and all these people out there is because they go out there and they'll say like it's more of a promotional thing. Hey, we're gonna have Mario Lopez, you know, or we're gonna have Dallas Cowboy guys. It's more a promotional thing. They'll probably come out on a float or something and just wave. But Erasmo could do that.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's all connected. Because it ends up in the in the carnival area.
yeah. So I mean, it's all just a promotional thing, guys. I think that's one of the reasons why. But we don't. It's like our Fourth of July parade. Our Fourth of July parade is like three floats. And a couple of dogs that cross the street and go like
But
that.
you know what? I think there was like a big issue on that because I remember that I was talking to some people from McAllen and they were like talking about like there were like some sort of deficit because when they had brought down like some singer and they had paid him like a million
Enrique
something.
Iglesias. Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah. And so
When
they
they
were
brought
like,
down,
We're bringing down people and we can't even afford it and stuff like that. And they
yeah,
were having
but they could brag about we had Enrique Iglesias. It's a bragging moment, and I think what
yeah.
happened is like they did go into a deficit by a couple of million, but they make the issue with McAllen is they make it up in tax revenue because they have all that money coming in from Monterrey, all that money coming in from all over the place. It might have gone down a little bit with the pandemic, but usually during normal times, man, they make a damn killing, man, because the reason that they have all those shops and all those stores and all that stuff is because the people from Monterrey, they come to
Yeah.
McAllen and buy the crap out of it. Brownsville has never been able to harvest that market, man, and that's what's unfortunate. I don't know if you saw the shows, but I shared that I was driving from Monterrey to Reynosa, and Westlaco, man, Westlaco has two billboards up there. Visit
Oh,
Westlaco.
across the bridge or what?
Huh?
They have
No,
two Westaco billboards over there in Mexico.
in Mexico, in la
Yeah.
carretera de Monterrey a Reynosa. They
Yeah.
had one, and I didn't even know that Westlaco had an airport. I mean, Westlaco's a rancho.
Yeah. Well, Bronzeville does have a billboard right before you get to the Harlingen Airport.
That's crazy. I
I'm
mean,
like, really?
well, they have a billboard in Harlingen, like register your children in Brownsville BISD,
Oh
and we're
yeah,
like,
true, true.
no one is going to come from Harlingen to register their kids at BISD.
Yeah.
It's a waste of damn money. But Westaco has two billboards coming from Monterrey to Reynosa, one for the airport and one for visit downtown. And of course, McAllen I think, has at least one. They might have two, but I don't think that they need to advertise that much because people from Monterrey still come to McAllen
Yeah.
to spend their money. But they come to McAllen and they'll come to South Padre Island, but they'll never come to Brownsville. And the problem is that
Because quite a bit, like a good chunk of condos are owned by people from Monterrey.
90% of the island is owned by Monterrey.
Yeah.
90% of the island is owned by, but the problem is Brownsville has never been able to bank on any of this money, and that's what's really upsetting, because it's like they just skip jump Brownsville altogether. I mean, we had the airport, de nada nos sirvió because the only cities that are having direct flights into Monterrey are Harlingen and McAllen. We don't. So we can't even harvest that money.
Doesn't Brownsville have like a like or was that Harlingen? Direct
Harlingen,
flight to Monterrey.
Harlingen. And I know because Avram, my dentist, is the.
Mm.
I mean, I was supposed to drive him to Monterrey, back to Cadereyta, after our Rome trip, but I said maybe we could find a flight for you, and I was able to find a flight for him. You know,
I'm
so I
not talking to you.
well,
Oh my god.
it cost me. Me costó
Yeah.
$130 to send him via plane. I would have spent that much in gasoline and
Yeah.
expenses and lost revenue, man. It would have been more expensive. Plus, it was quicker for him, and
Yeah.
he could get back to his kids a lot faster. So I
Yeah.
sent him via plane, but I had to go to Harlingen to send him off to Mexico.
Because I know that there's like a little private like airport thing right next to the Brownsville airport. I'm not too sure if it's still there or not, but there's like a private airport. Because I remember when I used to work for a hotel, I used to drop off people to like a little hangar right next to it, and they
Well,
would take off from there.
well, because there's people that have private little planes. I know
Yeah,
a friend of mine that lives on Boca Chica. He flies a plane. I think my friend, mi ex amigo Martin Sarkis, he had a flying license, a permit to fly or something. I don't know what it's called, but
pilot license maybe,
pilot license. Is that what it's
maybe.
called? Pilot license. So he would be able to fly a plane, but this friend of mine flies regularly, and so a lot of people have their own little planes. I mean, I don't know how much that would cost to have your own little plane. I think it would probably cost more to store the plane than to actually have the plane. But
Yeah.
it's not something that I want to do. I don't want to fly a plane. Not my thing. But it's missed revenue, man, because como que the city hasn't been on top of its game. We haven't been out there trying to bring in Monterrey to Brownsville because it'd be perfect because we have the Brownsville South Padre Island Airport, Sam. So people could actually fly into the Brownsville South Padre. That's the name of it. I don't know if you knew the name of it. Brownsville
Yeah,
South Padre Island International Airport. I don't know why it's international. It doesn't go anywhere. We don't have any flights.
yeah. But my question has always been like, does South Padre Island, like as a city, contribute to the airport in anything?
No, and I think it was like a scheme to try to to
Like
get more
lure?
people, yeah, like to try to get people to fly in here because you're going to go into South Padre Island. But what happens is people that come into Harlingen, they don't even come into Brownsville to come to South Padre Island, They
Yeah,
go down that 100
yeah,
and then they get stopped by Los Fresnos police.
definitely. Hey, I always wondered about that Cameron County Airport, the one that's right next to the immigration jail or something like that. What's up with that? Is that like a functioning airport? I
I
would
don't
think
I
it's literally right next to the island.
I don't think so. I think I don't think so, man. I think that it's only used like for like crop
No
dusting
problem.
and yeah, for maybe emergency little things. But I mean, it's got the problem is the runways because the runways aren't long enough. It's one of the reasons why SpaceX wasn't flying into Brownsville. They were flying into Harlingen because our runways weren't big enough.
Yeah.
And Brownsville has just had a lot of missed opportunities. I think about and we didn't push it, and I know it's a county thing, but remember when they were talking about making the 511 loop that was going to go all the way around Brownsville? I
Yeah.
mean, it would have helped out Brownsville in a big way. But then La Rose Gowan, the savior, the diabetes savior, she goes out there and like, no, we don't want a road over here in West Brownsville. Let's make it into a hike and bike trail. And everyone's going like, are you stupid, woman? You know, are you just plain stupid? So now we got nothing except, she's cured diabetes, that
No.
piece of crap. Like the mindset of these people, lack of vision, it's amazing. But Sam, it's like the Casa de Nylon building, man. Now they're making it into this e-hub or entrepreneur hub, or I don't know what the hell they're making it into. But it took like 6 years of me bitching about it for them to even think of making it into something nomás para callarme el hocico. And that's the way I look at it. Now I think that people, they decide to take action on stuff just to shut me up. It's like we were trying to talk about it yesterday. If I didn't suck so hard last night and during the show, but La Calle Costa Rica, man, the guy Costa Rica, that now they're starting to move and fixing it after I'm out there bitching about it. And that's the only time that anything gets done here in the city of Brownsville if Erasmo Castro complains about it.
Actually,
And
saw the pictures, man. It looks pretty bad. Like you had mentioned, like not even EMS could go through there if something were to happen. Now seeing the pictures from the regular people that live there, I'm like, dude, they're all muddy. The cars are all messed up. I'm like, that had to be like a quick in and out, unless there was like some sort of drainage issue. But
but
it's
Sam,
been like that for a while.
but this is what really trips me out. And again, I mean, I'm not trying to diss the people that live there, but Goodness gracious, man. You've been living like that since September? September, October, now November, 3 months. You've been living like that? And people just told me about it last week? I mean, come on, guy. Oh, no. When was it? This weekend? Going, come on, man. You should have called me the first week. You should have told me the first week that that thing was messed up on. How can people live like that? But I think it goes back into that mindset that was, we can't say anything because they're the leadership Brownsville. And
I was
leadership,
wondering the one thing I was had told some the city manager over here in Los Fresnos. I don't know if they have that over there in Bronzeville, where they have like a website of like ongoing projects of like as far as like street pavements or any sort of like updates. I wonder if there's like a website like that in the city of Bronzeville. That way, like what's proposed dates or the expected dates to fix certain things.
of completion? No.
Yeah.
And they don't do that here because they're never on time, they're never on task, and they're definitely never on budget. And again, it's like I was telling these people this morning at uh at the Bronzeville coffee shop. And thank you, Daisy, for buying me breakfast. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please send me the picture that we took. I was telling them this morning, Sam, we spent 58 million so far, and we're still dishing out cash in the sports park. In the sports park, Sam, 58 million. I mean, I challenge anyone to go out to the sports park and point out 58 million. Anyone. Have you been to the sports park?
It's been a while. It's
But
been years.
when you went, did you see $58 million there?
I don't know. I saw a whole lot of little kids running around. It was during like the whole Pee Wee soccer tournaments and stuff like that.
There's no
But
way that $58
I, don't
million
know. I know
worth
it's
this.
huge, and I know they had bought it off of somebody else when they built that, and now they're building some more things right next to it.
Yeah,
Um, but 58 million, I'm not too sure you'll be able to point that out.
no. It's like, and I'll say this again. It's like the 53 million, 52, 53 million that, BISD took for the Performing Arts Center. I mean, you go and you've got three or four wooden signs out there that say property of BISD. That's all you got for $53 million. That is what you got. People of Brownsville, that is what you got for $53 million. Three or four wooden signs that say property of BISD. I mean, when are people going to stop settling for trash, man? For crumbs? I mean, how much can people get screwed here in the city of Brownsville? Have they gotten screwed so much that they just don't, they've lost all sensibility? Kind of like a Raid X show. You shouldn't have gone there. Now I got this mental image. But you know what I mean, man? I mean,
Yeah.
se los han fregado tantos,
Like
man.
there's no, you don't see that transparency in it. That's what like
Nothing.
triggers many people.
I wouldn't be surprised if Trix Mendex le hace un parade a Beto for Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make him Grand Marshal, you know, of the, what is it? The Charo Days Parade, the Christmas Parade. I mean, goodness gracious alive. I'm super late. Well, yeah. We've been on for 54 minutes. Would you ever do a free chicken plate meet and greet? No. Because the problem, Mateo, is I'm used to getting food. I'm not used to giving food. No, but let me say, guys, one time a friend of mine, and I'll say this, one time a friend of mine said, Erasmo, yo voy a hacer chicken plates y lo voy a dar for your campaign. And that's different. Guys, if anyone wants to give out free stuff for my campaign, the upcoming campaign, please do so. But out of my cash, would I do a chicken for vote thing? No.
And
If
it's
I'm
not
going to
even
do
a
it,
guarantee they'll vote for you, even if they get the free plate.
yeah, and look, again, we go back into the same thing that we're talking about in regards to having, what's that, Mario Lopez here? It's
Yeah.
all a picture thing, guys. That's why all these, like, look, You hadn't heard a damn word about this guy, Gracia. You know, you hadn't heard from Gracia in the past 4 years. Now that he wants to run for House Representative, you know, he doesn't want to run for JP. He wants to run. Now he's posting pictures, having lunch with my staff. I'm giving out food to the community. Screw you.
You gotta make up for
You
it.
know, but they're picture moments. Now,
Yeah.
what's her Judge Sorolla, Justice P. Sorolla, and I'm sorry, JP Sorolla, I'm pissed off with you all. I am pissed off, and y'all know why I'm pissed off. But you know, again, all quiet, hasn't been out there in the community for 4 years. Now, oh yes, we're here with the community. Screw that crap, you know. Screw that crap. Este, so when are people going to start to wake up? All these people, so these giving away chicken plates and these meet and greets, it's just a picture moment. It's like, and I'm sorry, Aaron Gomez is running for the Eddie the Third's position. Where was she? She lost 2 years ago. Have you heard from her? Now she's starting to post videos again, and people buy that crap because they go out there and spend all this cash, you know, on all these pink ape people to go out there and promote them. Where was she in 2 years? Why all of a sudden now? Oh yes, let me hug the people. Let me hug the people of Brownsville. Shut up. And you know what's worse is that people buy into that crap. I want to give people hugs
Like you
too.
don't see him any other time. You don't see like people who run. You don't see him around town, or you don't see him in events. At least in events, like try to do the courteous thing of showing up to events, city events. That's one thing. When they were running over here in Los Fresnos, that's I contacted the person that was running for the new, I guess, um, council person for the city. I
Yeah.
was like, so like, what's your platform? Like, for like, I haven't seen the person. I still voted for her because the other person, like, it's um
The
new
best
or
friend.
like new blood. Like, I wanted to see some new blood here in Los Fresnos. Um, but the same thing, it's everywhere. Like, dude, I'm like, I didn't see anybody doing any campaigning or talking to anybody. I know. I think I saw. I think that's Judge Sorolla did walk by over here, and that's about it. The only person that came by around here. Back, I want to say like about 2-3 years ago when he was running.
Yeah. 2 years. I think 2 years ago. It was a devastating loss. Tamaulipas is in Brownsville and Nuevo Leon in McAllen, South Carolina. Yes, and you do you get what Mateo's saying?
Yeah,
What he's saying?
yeah. Pretty much is like where they do their business. Like
Well,
Matamoros, Tamaulipas, they're just here in the Bronzer area. Uh,
I
that's
I
where they're
understood
doing
it.
the commerce.
Yeah, I understood it that Tamaulipas, all the mafia, all the cartels are in Brownsville, and Nuevo Leon, you know, goes to
Yeah,
McAllen and South Padre Island to avoid these people. But you know, but you might be right. I might have just read too much into it. But it's true. I don't know if you remember when you don't remember Edward Camarillo.
yeah.
When Edward Camarillo was running for mayor of the city of Brownsville, the guy actually had a summit with a businessman from Tamaulipas, and you know, and I mean, I feel bad for the guy. The guy's campaign fizzled out to nothing. Este,
He withdrew, didn't he?
Oh, that was when he was running for city commissioner. He withdrew because they were going to fight his living in the district. But again, you know, I'm sorry, but Eric Amarillo never wanted to put up a fight. And back then, when he was running for mayor, you know, I thought he would stand a good chance. But then he became all quiet in regards to the Fly Frontera thing that we were fighting. And I literally told him, bro, you got to come and take a stance, stand for something. You know,
Yeah.
if you're going to support it, at least say that you're going to support it.
Yeah, I
But
remember him from like way back then. From he was in the UTB SGA. He was the
yeah,
one that started the whole gym thing.
yeah. Well, that was him and his brother, Michael.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if you remember, but they had made an agreement in regards to the rec center, how the rec center was going to be used solely for TSC for students, and how then the college wanted to use it to host these events for the college. and
Yeah,
we fought that. I don't know if you remember, we fought that, and we might have won. Don't remember.
yeah. 'Cause I know they
Mr.
also had rooms. They have rooms inside. They have classrooms for like the kinesiology courses.
Yeah. Good evening, Erasmo. In the near future, when you come down the expressway, you will see 20-story buildings in Harlingen on Epic Center, San Benito, Brownsville, puro bike lanes and trails. It's true. You did hear about that $5 billion investment that they're going to do in Harlingen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the nylon building.
No, there's actually people that are going to invest in Harlingen. San Benito's growing. And guys, again, Andres, you're right. Every single city in this
Area.
valley, every single city is growing. We're still stagnant. But look, guys, it's the county commissioner's fault. It's the city commissioner's fault. It's the mayor's fault. It's the county judge's fault, guys. Ya chale. Let's get rid of all these pieces of crap. It's time. And Andres, I need your help.
So they're getting multiple investors for that San Benito buildings.
Huh?
So they're getting multiple investors then.
Well, Harlingen's getting one investor is going to invest, I think, $5 billion in the area and try to make some skyscrapers, some big old buildings in Harlingen. And Harlingen's a rancho. San Benito's a mega rancho.
It looks like a rancho, but it's just growing little by little.
And we're stagnant, man. Remember those days at the library? People kept bringing food every day. Our table was always full. Yes, it's so true. I'm starting to feel that during Thanksgiving. And guys, I still want people to bring me Thanksgiving. Guys, I didn't have time. It's already already been through an hour, which is felt like nothing compared to last night. Last night was like crazy.
Yesterday felt like 3 hours.
Yeah, guys, I do want to talk about the money that's being squandered by maintenance department. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, guys. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. Maintenance department is getting audited like crazy. They're finding out that a lot of machines are missing. They're finding out that a lot of cleaning equipment is missing, and it comes to happen that a lot of the directors there at BISD all of a sudden had cleaning companies. And guys, it's just more LLCs, and they were offering services to other districts. It's the same thing that Martina Rambola was doing at the records department. Again, outsourcing a lot of the work and with through LLCs. And it's the same thing that Sylvia Atkinson was doing. It's the same thing that Adela Garza was doing with Sunshine Solutions, guys. It's what Trey Mendes is actually doing right now. More and more LLCs to pocket more and more of your money. And that's just totally sucks.
Yeah, the transparency and all that. They just got to do like a real thorough audit of it, as they're supposed to have done with like the whole PUB audit. I don't know if that ever got done,
Nothing. I mean, we're never going to
but
hear. We're never
it
going to
should
hear
be
it.
done with the PUB, BISD, and the city of Brownsville. Like do a thorough, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that is going to pop up, even with the like the university or the TSC. It should be thorough audit of it.
I think everything should get audited, but again, nothing will ever get audited while we have these individuals in there because they don't care to. Didn't a couple of Mexican Tamaulipas state officials get 200,000? Yes, Solaris. No, you're completely right, Mateo. Solaris is a Mexican company. These guys are state officials. They own this company, and they're the ones that are getting this money. But again, it's the same crap. Trey Mendes is going to go out there, and the Limas brothers, they're going to go out there and give money to the individuals that continue to put money in their pocket, not those that benefit the city of Brownsville. It's just a shame. It's a sham. It's a shame. Sammy, last words?
Um, nope. Well, thanks for inviting me once again.
Oh, thanks for coming on, Sam. You're a lifesaver. And again, sorry about last night. It was just a horrible, horrible night. And today was a little bit different, a little bit more easy flowing. That's what people expect from these shows. And again, I want to apologize to everyone last night. It was just a bad night for me. But my PMS is almost over. I'm
Give it a
still,
couple more days.
yeah, give it a couple more days. I'm still disliked from most of my family. And I say that so people please continue to bring food because
Chocolates.
it, it's the time of sharing. and there's one person you can share with, and that's Erasmo Castro. So bring on the food. Guys, have a great evening. The social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. We still believe in all that crap. If you don't, more power to you, guys. See you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, guys. Be good to each other, and please continue to be good to me. God bless.